Arizona State, how do they respond, right, after a dynamite season? Big 12 champs, 11-3, their first game at home against Northern Arizona. But after that, it gets interesting. Mississippi State, a team who they beat last year in a close game, and then Texas State, a gritty Texas State team. They beat them on the road last year. They'll welcome them to Tempe this year. That's a difficult game. We already mentioned the Arizona game, that rivalry. Cannot wait to see that on both sides. And then Baylor. Baylor comes up. They travel to Waco on September 20th. That's a difficult start for Arizona State, but it also could be viewed, if you got the perspective going, that it's an opportunity for them to get a good jump.
And see, I look at it from a different lens. When you see that SEC team, Mississippi State, you said, okay, here we go. This is a juggernaut. Let's keep in mind the Bulldogs only won 2 or 3 games last season. And when the two teams played a year ago, they did hold the Bulldogs to 27 total yards rushing in the entire game, and they led 27-3. So that game's a little distorted. However, it's still an SEC opponent. You still have to travel. I still think Arizona State could start the season out 4-0. And when they get to that TCU game, a really solid TCU team under Sonny Dykes, that's where the rubber will start to meet the road, I think, for the Sun Devils as they try to go back and repeat as Big 12 champs.
Cam Scatterboo is gone. You lose him to the NFL. Sam Leavitt returns, and most importantly, head coach Kenny Dillingham returns, and he could have run for governor of the state of Arizona. Probably would have won every place but Tucson, but you get the idea. An extremely popular figure out there in the land of the desert.
Well, Coach Dillingham has got a culture built, right? So now in this era of football to where you're not building programs for the long term, you're starting to build them season by season. Again, they're going to plug and play, right? This is a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense. If they can stay there with Coach Dillingham, look for them to repeat to get back to the Big 12 championship.
And Big 12 nut job fans like me cannot wait to see that November 1st game against Iowa State. That's a rematch that we are all cannot wait to see.
Absolutely. And if you look at the Cyclones, they are licking their chops to get back at the Sun Devils. And so, yes, that's going to be very intriguing. The timing of that game is going to be fantastic. You're looking at November is when that game is going to come out. So weather could be at that time a little bit of a factor. So we'll see how tough they are coming that time of year as well.